Oh, hey there. Just caught me loading up the truck to go do some detecting. We've got an easy one to do today. Tom has invited me over to do his front and backyard at his new place. Mid-1950s house, so there's a chance there's silver. And I was looking at the street fronts up at that end of town, and all the curb fronts have a separate space past the sidewalk, which is city owned, okay? And there's grass on each one of those. And those have been there since the city was developed, early 1900s. So we're gonna go swing Tom's yard and those city curbs and see if we can find some old silver coins. What we're gonna do today is run the Legend in 40 kilohertz mode. I put it in 40 kilohertz the other day up at the site in the bush that we're doing, the old colonial site. I literally walked 5 feet, guys. Ding, 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 found a 1970s dime. And that reminded me, we have never tried silver hunting or clad hunting with this machine in 40 kilohertz mode. So today's the day. Let's do it. Should be an easy one. We can drive right to Tom's. We don't have to walk anywhere. Just get out and start detecting. I'm excited.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
All right, there we go. Here we are, Tom's new place. So we've got all this 1950s front yard, and then he's got quite an extensive backyard as well. And it's an old walkway that used to go through down past that building, so there could be lots of stuff in here. So, cool, thanks Tom, we'll get on that. It did start raining as soon as I pulled into his yard. It's funny because the sun is still shining here, but up there, the rain clouds are coming in. Let's see what we can get done here before we get rained out. Okay, so we're gonna do field mode, Ferris, 40 kilohertz. Okay, there's the first 4 holes, 1 penny, and it didn't even have the decency to be a 1950s penny. Yeah, patent pending. That does look like an older lid, and it was down there about a foot. And 1 more penny. I don't know what that is, but we can brush it off. Well, I thought it was a pin back of some kind, but it's not. I think it's just an old cap off of something, I don't know. Maybe, I mean, it's heavy duty, maybe from the 50s. Yeah, industrial sized Coke cap. Okay, first one, that's not a penny. I think I got 5 pennies now. It's a quarter. What a weird looking color. 1977. Okay, so I pulled a quarter and a penny out of this hole. There's still something in there. Oh, look at that. Another quarter. What's the year? 85. Have to check the hole again. We've almost paid for gas up here to Tom's. Woo! I'll have to give Tom those 2 quarters back as part of his next mortgage payment. $400,000, $399,999.50, Tom. Oh, we saved Tom from driving over that on his 4-wheeler. Electrical what? We're just not going to tell Tom we found that. What are the chances we can talk Tom into purchasing another property, because this one's not panning out as I had hoped. I just got the oldest penny, which was in 1968, so I'm surprised. As far as I know, this whole neighborhood is 50s, but not finding anything from that era. Okay, what do we got here? It's pretty heavy. Oh, a hem weight, that's what that is. Let me brush that off. That's something that old dressmakers and people who made curtains and stuff would use those. They would hang the thread off of that. Well, that's actually kind of cool. That's history. I think that's older. I try to keep something from every episode to put in the hoard, and I think I'm going to keep that because so far that's the most interesting thing I found. And right beside the hem weight, an old button. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, that would be a button. All right, we'll leave Tom this little pile of goodies here. That was everything we dug in your yard, Tom, except for the good stuff. I kept the coins and the hem weight. But that's it. Well, good thing I finished up at Tom's, because here we go. Another winter storm passing through. Okay, so we're kind of back to spring a little bit. We had the snowstorm yesterday afternoon, and I'm just waiting for it to warm up. You can see where the sun is hitting my lawn, but the shade is still in the white parts, so I'm waiting for it to just get a little warmer. We need to finish our 40 kilohertz testing on the Legend today, so we're just going to head down to my favorite silver park and do that as soon as it warms up, just a little bit more. Okay, I made it to the park, and you can see that they've removed some of the benches here. Must have took them away to get them repaired, so that's where we're going to start with our 40 kilohertz Legend test. Nuts. Ah, I don't even need the detector for that one. Can you guys see it? It's right there. A dime. All right, fourth hole. There's a dime. Modern, junky, rusty. First thing I need to say is it's windy and it's cold. So this is like a 2000 dime, and it's not even cleanable. That is rust coming from the steel core that's inside of these. So modern money, I've mentioned it many times, is crap. It's not going to be here in 100 years for somebody to detect. Well, an old hair bret, that's what that is. All right, there's a quarter. So this 40 kilohertz is working great on Canadian Clad. If you're into Clad, which I'm normally not. Oh wait, that's a specialty quarter, I think. Here, let me brush that off. Okay, yeah, that is a specialty one. That's a 2000 Canada quarter Wisdom. Some of the 2000 series were worth lots of money because there was only so many made of certain ones, so they're more rare. I'll put the value up here and we'll see if Gary scored. Probably not, but there it is. Okay, and 2 inches away from the quarter, we've got a dime. There's some really cool colors coming through in these coins. This is a 78, and it could have been buried here since then, who knows. But both the quarter and this dime have nice purple and green hues in them. Okay, look at that. That is old. I believe it says North Bay right there. It's some kind of badge or something. 1932. And I don't know what the rest of that writing up there is, but that was down there a foot. Let me brush it off and just see. It's pretty crumbly. I don't know. Well, I don't know what kind of metal that is, guys. That's really cool. 1932 badge. Let's give it to Stan and see if maybe electrolysis will do something. It's white, crusty. I don't know, guys. It's pretty crumbly, but I can clearly see 1932 and North Bay on it. All right, guys, the wind is just relentless today, so I'm going to call it quits on the park, but we're not done yet. We're going to go over to Stan's, and I'm going to pick up the last trade axe that I dug, and he's going to show me. He found one and I found one. He'll show us the results after electrolysis, and we'll give him that badge that we just dug to see what he can do with that. So let's go visit Stan for a few minutes. Yeah, you didn't miss anything this morning except cold fingers.
The wind, cold fingers, exactly.
So it's some kind of badge, and it says 1932 on it.
Wow.
And I see it says North Bay 1932, but it's a weird metal. Other side, I think, has got the writing, yeah. So it says North Bay 1932, and then there's writing up here which I can't read.
Something truck.
So I don't know if you can.
Oh yeah, I can clean that up a lot. I'll bring that out. We'll know exactly what it says. The horseshoes are 19th century. 1900s. Or
Okay.
late 1800s, because they all have the.
One had square nails in it though, didn't it?
Yeah, but that still makes it late 1800s.
Yeah.
They're 1800 square nails.
Yeah, this one right here.
And
Okay.
I believe horseshoe nails are by nature square.
Oh,
even today.
could be. Okay. Stan's
There's
done
mine. It still has red paint on
Oh, look at that.
it. Okay.
That's a cool mark right
Both
there.
sides. But this side was more corroded. You see, I had to go deeper. I used a different.
So that should be.
I used rust proofing on that one.
You should be able to track.
Oh, totally,
Who
totally.
made that?
That's what it is. Late 1600s. But they were all stamped the same. There was like 32 different blacksmiths.
So I
in the
do
year.
know that the HBC did not stamp any of their axes,
They stamped some of their stuff though.
because the research I said they didn't never stamp the axes. So any that we get from them won't have stamps on them.
And
So
yours. Well, you can see they're faint on this side. I can see one there. There was one there, and was one there, but it's so heavily corroded on this side. But this side, you see your 3 X's.
oh yeah,
Boom, boom.
yeah, for sure. That looks French, dude. 100% that looks French right there.
Yeah, and I believe there's a dot. There was a dot, a little metal dot in each quadrant.
Oh,
can
that's
see it here.
dude, that's freaking awesome. And yours is so clear.
Well, yeah, let's look how clean it is.
Oh, yours
It's
has
not-
the cross. It's the same. Yours is just turned.
Yours are bigger.
Yeah, they're like double the size.
Yeah.
But the cross in the middle is smaller.
And the axe itself, no, they're pretty similar. They're pretty similar.
So now that other Frau axe that we found would definitely look at the difference in shape between those two, eh?
That's how smashed yours is.
Yeah, it might account for what they were doing with those.
Okay, now look. Right? As I said to Steer, I think Steer thinks I'm a nut job.
You can see a crack in it right there.
You see a crack in it here, but what do you see? If you were to be hitting something like a fro, the back of a fro, because you didn't have the club you didn't want to make the club, because they made a wooden club.
A mallet, yeah.
It would hit the whole fro,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So if you were just pounding on it with axes,
They would look like that when you were done.
well, I can see the lines horizontally from where it was.
Yeah, definitely. You can definitely see
striking
horizontal
the back of a
lines in there.
fro, okay?
Striking something with it.
Like it's not hitting nails.
Or skulls, because
It's
it wouldn't
not
be
hit-
deformed.
Yeah, no, exactly. Now, people say, okay, well, you might say that you use a heavier thing. Well, maybe they didn't have a heavier thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they just.
That was what was beside him at
that's
the
what
time. He just
and
grabbed
what
it.
else can we assume about people back in the day? They were twice as strong as we are, buddy, because I couldn't swing this thing hard enough to deform it, I
Yeah.
don't think.
Well, with enough swings, maybe.
Maybe with enough swings,
Yeah.
but yeah, exactly. This lock is 1700s.
Yeah, we found that the other day at the same time as we
This hasp, which has smash head,
Rose head. Yeah.
perfectly square nails.
Yeah, it's
totally
1700s.
consistent with 1700s. Everything is handmade. Even the hasp part here was put through and then hammered.
Yeah.
You know, like it's 1700s.
And I don't know if I showed Stan finding this in the last video, but
That's a lock, and in the same area.
now would the skeleton key that I found fit in there?
No, I tried it.
You tried
It's
it out.
smaller. It takes a little dresser lock.
Okay.
But according to the pictures online, that's a 17th century lock. And online it shows the pictures of the front, the brass front, where the handle was, that would have,
Yeah.
and that's got to be in the area there.
Well, we'll have to go
And that-
back.
yeah, well, yes, that left flank, that left flank.
Where
is
all the stuff
producing
that we need to cut out of there before we can detect.
Yeah, hands and knees. Nip, nip, nip. You know?
I was saying while we were there, I wanted more proof of things that we could find that are age, appropriate. And these things right here, the lock, the axes, guys, I'm in agreement with Stan.
Thank you.
The fort was at that site. I'm pretty sure there might be more foundations if we keep going. Stan, there could be more. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
this stuff here, I mean, do I wish we found more musket balls and things? Yeah, but this is all stuff from, late 1600s right through to modern day. So
Just can't argue.